morning. Yeah, it's a very, very hard times in Ghana. Extremely terrible times. Like I like to say, I call it super rough times. Pardon the rooster. That is busy roosting. A minister of defense flying to. It's an event that is not very significant, if you ask me. Basically, unfortunately, dies with another minister who's the Minister of Environment. Both of them astute, well-educated gentlemen, very intelligent, very clever gentlemen. It's such a big loss for Ghana. It's a huge, massive loss for Ghana. Condolences, heartfelt condolences to the families. Yeah, I met Omane Boamah in the NITA building during President Mohammed's first term. Yeah, that was over 8 years ago. Yeah, very, very lovely gentleman, handsome, dedicated, humble. Yeah, I met him through a colleague of mine that used to work at NITA. He's an NDC gentleman. He's also connected to ISOC. Yeah, but coming back to the tragedy that just happened yesterday in Ghana, this is just devastating. Very hard hitting to the families. 8 lives in total were lost. It's I didn't know if it was pilot error, but the whole event, it's very, 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 very dodgy. And unconfirmed reports are saying, okay, President Muhammad was actually supposed to be on the flight, on this fatal flight. I mean, the event they were built to attend was a mining, like local mining type event. For me, like, I mean, and the helicopter looked very bulky. It's probably over 20 years old, 5 years old. No minister should be sitting in that thing. The flight crew, Ghana Army has questions, very, very, very serious questions to answer. I mean, this army needs to step up. The Ghana Army needs to step up. Seriously. In West Africa, Ghana is a pretty significant country. In Africa, Ghana is pretty significant. Ghana needs to put its act together in getting a proper professional army that takes all aspects of the army seriously. I mean, the aviation in Ghana has not been given the needed importance that it deserves. Also, years of recruitment into the army of substandard people based on basically paying to get into the army and political affiliation. I mean, these kind of things to be stuck. Because Ghana has a huge number of talented people, and we shouldn't be experiencing things like this. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yeah, the first time I'm ever doing a live on this particular channel that is struggling to get subscribers. I just wanted to put my thoughts on record. My condolences to the family. Yeah, Omane Boamah's portfolio was a very important one. Yeah, my condolences to the family, to the mother. Apparently, he's an only son. The mother has lost his only son. Yeah, President Muhammad has lost a great friend and mentee and trusted fellow. And Ghana has lost like in a very, very, very huge way. Shattered families of the 8 individuals. Apparently the pilot, the one who was flying the copter, had lost 2 relatives, something like a brother and a sister, in the months leading to this. Yeah, I think there was something like there was a massive failures, due diligence on maintenance, and I mean somebody in the military wasn't doing their work right. Some department in the military was not doing their work right, and the handlers of this side of the military for the last decade should be held responsible for this. We've lost massively because of unprofessional negligence by a section of the Ghana military. Because obviously when things like this happen, it boils down to craft maintenance, substandard levels of due diligence, etc. Like the gentleman flying, I don't know too much about the gentleman flying the plane, but it seems to be a young fellow. I don't know how much experience he has in these matters. Yeah, but and carrying a full load of 8 people. Something similar happened to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's pilot was a very experienced one, I guess, but carrying a full load of 8 people in bad weather conditions. That's what happened to Kobe Bryant. In Ghana, I don't know. I don't think there was bad weather conditions. Yeah, but hopefully international aspects, independent investigations are held to ascertain what is going on over here. And reform. President Muhammad has to initiate reforms of the Ghana army, and step up the levels of professionalism. I mean, an innocent Minister of Defense, like a really brilliant Minister of Environment, have been brought down. The other side I want to talk about is I hope, like Ghanaian, typical Ghanaian would say, I hope and pray that foul play internationally was not involved in this. As President Muhammad takes a certain direction, Ghana in a certain direction, which is a very good direction. Ghana is going the direction of sovereignty. We are trying to own our gold. We are trying to build gold reserves. We are trying to shore up our currency, which we should have done like 50 years ago, 60 years ago, to build like a reserve to back our currency. So I guess this was a very important thing, getting local miners to bring wealth from the ground that strengthens the country's financial position and the country's currency. I'm just hoping a certain blue and white flag state is not involved in this. I'm just hoping some secret service of certain countries are not involved in this. Anyway, yeah, as a technologist, strategist, with over 25 years of experience in stuff, I'm offering my skills to my country if needed. And there are people like me all over the world who could help Ghana. We would help Ghana in Africa regardless. Yeah, but this in the end is completely unacceptable. Completely. I don't think this has ever happened in the history of Ghana. What are the protocols in retiring of such equipment? Ghana has friends like the United States, Russia, the UK, France. Why are we not training maintenance crew, pilots all over the world? Like, and why are we not doing it in a transparent, transparent and meritocratic way? I mean, talented people who have talents for this should be trained by the best in the world to handle our top level officials in a secure way. Planes that are not flight worthy, copters that are not flight worthy should not, they simply should not be flying. Yeah, there's definitely a sort of breach, professional negligence of some sort, and I hope it's not sabotage. Reminds me of Yevgeny Prigozhin. Also, Raisi, the other president of Iran. Okay, I don't want to go conspiratorial, but again, my condolences to the families. Sad times in Ghana. Condolences to President Muhammad. Yeah, we hope to be in Ghana as soon as possible to do what we can do to help with this very tragic situation in Ghana. Peace out. How do I end this live? Yeah. Bye-bye.